سفیر پاکستان آپ کے جذبوں کا ترجمان. وطن سے دور، وطن کی آواز اور آپ کی پہچان. سفیر پاکستان.
Provide $1.5 billion a year in economic
let us
aid
build
to
relationships
Pakistan.
around cultural
And
exchange.
I've watched as you have been an important
Pakistan has a future to play in the whole world.
آپ کے کارناموں، آپ کی کامیابیوں، احساسات، خیالات پر مبنی پروگرام سفیر پاکستان.
Paul, I'm very proud to be a Pakistani. I'm proud of my country.
سماجی، ثقافتی، اسلامی اور سیاسی رابطوں کا ایک نام سفیر پاکستان.
Waqar Ali Khan Lifetime Achievement Award for his services.
I want to recognize Safir Pakistan, Mr. Waqar Khan.
Mr. Waqar Khan, if there's anybody who should be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, it's him.
ہر جگہ، ہر پل آپ کا اپنا سفیر پاکستان نظر آتا ہے. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیکم ناظرین، آپ کا میزبان وقار علی خان پروگرام سفیر پاکستان کے ساتھ حاضر خدمت ہے. کہیے کیسے مزاج ہے؟ سفیر پاکستان آپ کی آواز اور آپ کی پہچان، رابطوں کا ایک نام سفیر پاکستان. ناظرین، آج میں دور ہوں شہر سے اور ایک ایونٹ میں آیا ہوں یہاں پہ دل کی. یہ سینٹ ریجس میں پروگرام ہو رہا ہے دل کا، اور اس کے بعد ڈیفینیٹلی کل میری ٹریولنگ ہے ٹو ڈیلس اور کافی لوگوں سے وہاں ملاقاتیں ہیں. تو میں نے سوچا کہ آج آپ کو پروگرام باہر سے میں پیش کر دوں. آج کا پروگرام ہمیشہ کی طرح معلوماتی ہے اور انفارمیٹیو ہے. ناظرین، آج یہاں دل کا جو ایونٹ ہے اس میں ڈاکٹر محمود صاحب آئے ہوئے ہیں جو سی او ہیں پیپسیکو کے نیوٹریشن ڈپارٹمنٹ کے. دیٹس اے ویری گڈ نیوز. ون آف دا پاکستانی از پلینگ کی رول ان پیپسیکو. تو وہ آج پروگرام میں شامل ہیں. ہم آپ کو دکھائیں گے ان کی اسپیچ اور ہائی لائٹس اباؤٹ دل کی. ناظرین، تو آئیے آپ کو لیے چلتے ہیں آج کے پروگرام میں. مجھے امید ہے کہ آپ پروگرام انجوائے کریں گے. اس سے پہلے کہ پروگرام آپ دیکھیں، آئیے دیکھتے ہیں پروگرام کی ہائی لائٹس.
We all like something special. He likes it personal. He likes a private space. He prefers it laid back. She likes a bedtime story. He likes to dream of his own. How would you like to fly with the best? Etihad Airways, the world's leading
Consul General of Pakistan, Los Angeles, in collaboration with Pakistan Link, invites you to an Eid Mela and fundraiser for the flood victims in Pakistan on Saturday, November 12th at Phoenix Club in Anaheim. Come enjoy a fun day and help those who need you. For details, call the numbers on the screen.
First of all, we welcome you here. And
Good to be here.
And tell me what brings you here actually.
I'm here at the invitation of several friends to speak on behalf of a great organization, DIL.
Have you know about DIL?
I know about them from the New York chapter. I know about them from other areas too.
So what do you think about the role of the Pakistani American in America?
We're part of the community, just like everybody else. It's great to be a part of this community. We enjoy participating in everything, including some of the charitable work that's going on.
You think that the Pakistani American is a great time at dealing with the different department, different organization in America?
Absolutely. I think Pakistanis have been succeeding in this country ever since that I've known, and I've never lived in Pakistan, so I only know home outside Pakistan.
So where did you born?
I grew up in England and then in the U.S. I've never lived in Pakistan.
So since how long are you with the PepsiCo?
4 years.
4 years. Prior to that?
I was president of Takeda's Global R&D organization. It's Japan's largest pharmaceutical company.
Oh, I see. So you have connection with the pharmaceutical industry.
Absolutely. I'm a physician.
Doc, you are internal medicine or you have something specialized field?
I'm an endocrinologist, specialized in diabetes.
Oh, diabetes. Okay, so where do you want to take this PepsiCo in the next level?
Our goal is to build our nutrition business to $30 billion by the year 2020.
Or 2020. Okay. I need your exclusive message to the audience of the American Pakistani community and the Asian American community. What did you say? What message you have today for them?
Look, our opportunity in this country is the same as anybody else in America. Work hard, focus, have a clear vision, and anything is possible.
My goal today is to raise at least 500,000. I've already reached 300,000, and from all these supporters and donors that are here today, inshallah, I'm hoping that I have no problem reaching my goal for the underprivileged and the under-deprived children of Pakistan. This is for the children of DIL. It's all about the children of DIL. We have about 16,000 students, and we have been in existence for 14 years. And it gives me the greatest privilege to work for DIL, and the gratification I get is unbelievable. Thank you so much for coming and support.
Waqar Bhai, like the previous year, this year again looks like Marim Appa and Fizza have done a wonderful job. Inshallah, it will be a good event like years before, or they're doing a wonderful job for literacy, especially for girls' education in Pakistan. And it's amazing how many schools they operate and they have opened, and they keep doing this work, helping Pakistan.
As a matter of fact, I was talking to some of my Pakistani brothers and sisters. We have just established what is called THE, which is the House of Egypt. And I was talking to my dear friend, the Consul General, and I was talking to Adnan of the American Pakistani Foreign Relations on putting the two communities together. It's about time, because we're almost 750,000 here. We want to put the two communities together because we are the base of a great Islamic community within the West Coast. And we are going to work with the City Council, with the LAPD, with the Homeland Security, one voice, one nation. And there are many issues that we need to tackle between ourselves as a family.
Well, Waqar, I think this is a great event because we are helping Pakistan, and we are helping the children, especially girls, boys who cannot afford education. So I think on a big part, this is an effort to support Pakistan, our home country.
Our work is expanding and it's doing so well, mashallah. So whatever support we can get from the community will be much appreciated, and every cent will go to the neediest children of Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Developments in Literacy Los Angeles Chapter Board, I would like to welcome you all to our 15th annual fundraising gala. We thank you for being here with us this afternoon, and we appreciate your continued support towards the fight against illiteracy in Pakistan. My name is Talib Fakhri, and I am the current president of Your Dil, which is Dil's Youth Outreach Initiative, and I will be your host this afternoon. We have an exciting program planned for you, so let us begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, with a recitation from the Quran. May I please request Mrs. Lina Fakhri to come to the stage and do the tilawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العظيم.
I would like to introduce one such individual who has truly dedicated her life to advancing the Dil mission and has been with the organization since its inception over 15 years ago. She is the heart and soul of the Los Angeles chapter, and I'm sure each and every one of you here today either got a personal phone call, text message, email, or all of the above, stressing why you have to be here and support Dil today. Please welcome Mrs. Mariam Rashid, the Los Angeles Dil chapter president.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, Mrs. Rifat Masood, His Excellency Mr. Hisham Al-Naqib, Ambassador of Egypt, respected donors and friends. My name is Mariam Rashid, and I would like to personally welcome each of you to the Developments in Literacy Los Angeles Chapter Annual Fundraising Gala. I'm very excited and proud to be here today and thrilled to be part of the growth that Dil has experienced over the last 14 years. We are giving disadvantaged and underprivileged children the tools necessary to succeed, something that nobody can take away from them, a quality education. This amazing event would never have become a reality without the joint efforts of so many, and I would like to acknowledge some of them. First of all, I would like to thank all the members of my Dil LA chapter board, the Dil staff, and the rest of today's volunteers. Nothing would have been possible without them. I would also like to recognize Safir Pakistan, who's here from GeoTV. Thank you, Wakar Bhai. Finally, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I would like to introduce our keynote speaker this afternoon, Dr. Mahmood Khan. Dr. Mahmood Khan is currently Chief Executive Officer of Global Nutrition Group and Chief Scientific Officer of Pepsi Company, where he leads the efforts to create new products and categories that accelerate the growth of Pepsi Company's food and beverage brands. He leads a global team of 100 experts in nutrition, medicine, research, science, marketing, branding, ingredient sources, and product innovation. As a fellow Pakistani, he exemplifies the power of education and how it can lead to success. He has been kind enough to take time from his busy schedule and fly in from Chicago for this event along with his wife Shahida and his family. I really, really thank you, Mahmood Bhai. You have made a difference in so many people's life. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mahmood Khan. Thank you. And on behalf of Dil, I would like to present you a something small token that you can keep on your desk that will keep on reminding you about the children of Dil always.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is a pleasure. And before I progress, I have no written speech. I have no slides. For those of you who might be wondering what you're going to see, what I'd like to do today is, as I always like to speak, is speak from the heart. And this is special, and it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the love, kindness, and most important, energy and persistent, as Mariam Api asked me to call her, Api, and it sounds like she's Mariam Api for just about everybody in this room. She's a very special person I'd never met, and she called and said, whatever you can do, you have to be here. And then, you can tell on the phone when somebody is not going to take a no for an answer. This was one of those immovable forces, But let me also acknowledge and thank both the Consulate General from Pakistan and from Egypt, Mrs. Faiza Shah, our leader today, and all of you for not only gathering, enjoying the meal, but having a conversation about probably one of the most important topics that you're going to talk about for quite a while. Let me explain that. About 4 weeks ago, I spoke at the United Nations annual meeting. And it was interesting, and without sharing with you the different speech components, when you talked about 400 heads of state, prime ministers, etc., you think about everything you're going to say, but what I wasn't prepared for was the conversation that occurred after my speech. And a few people came up to me and said, and I'll quote, because it was so often that this comment came up. One of them started by saying, I didn't realize you were from Pakistan. Others said, you're Muslim. And this went on. You can imagine outside the United Nations Assembly Hall out here. And I'm wondering, why is this so remarkable? If you really think about it carefully, it wasn't my speech that was remarkable. It was the fact that I was a Pakistani Muslim addressing that topic that was remarkable in their minds, not in our minds, but in their minds. And I've never lived in Pakistan. My parents moved to England when I was 9 months old. I had my first birthday in London and grew up there. But dil te Pakistani hai, and that. And what I've seen change as a second-generation Pakistani in the last 50 years of my life, I started kindergarten in 1963. I was the only Pakistani child in the school. So those of you who think of England with all these Pakistanis, I was the only Pakistani child in the entire school. How things have changed. And so what I want to talk about to you today is not Dil, an education for Pakistan, I assure you, and I'll explain to you why. This is about the future of our children in this country. And kid yourselves not. Because for when they get around, and my children are third generation, I have a grandson who's now fourth generation, our identity, first and foremost, is from our origins. We have to find a way for that third and fourth generation to have as much pride. What gives our future such a bright potential? You might think having all these young children in Pakistan is a burden. It is the way it is set up today. What do you think is facing China in the next 40 years in its biggest challenge? It's actually a shortage of young people. China is running out of young people. The biggest economic threat to China right now is a lack of workers. And yet when I was young, growing up, you never thought that China would be running out of people. China literally is now threatened economically because in the next 20 years, its population is starting to retire. It has, because of its one-child policy, run out of children. That gap is going to be made up in other parts of South Asia. There's the opportunity. Pakistan has a huge opportunity with a trading partner that has the economic growing power but doesn't have the people. But what we can't do is be there selling manual labor. Only way to do that is to export people, and that's not the answer. So, if you think about, and let me finish from this broader perspective for a second, of the broad issues in Asia that are the opportunities, huge opportunities. People ask me, why is it you guys are investing so much in Asia? We're an American corporation. We have huge investments going on in Asia. Why is that? Pakistan, for PepsiCo, is one of the top 10 markets. Entrepreneurship in Pakistan is thriving. Business is thriving. It could be a lot better, but it is thriving. Ironically, obviously relative to the scale, there's a huge gap. But think about this. Despite all of the issues, one of the biggest challenges for businesses in Pakistan is actually getting well-educated people. And I'm not talking about somebody with a certificate. The challenge in Pakistan is also the quality of the education. Increasingly, that certificate is not associated with knowledge and skills. And what Dil is doing is changing that balance, where a certificate can lead to knowledge, is associated with knowledge, and most importantly, creates the opportunity. And so, if all the things that I like to do and give to, it's not about what I can give. You know, हम सब बहुत खुशी होती है हमें कि हमने इसको ये खाने को दे दिया, ये उसको दे दिया. Think about this for a second. You give somebody some food, so what? Big deal. किसी को पढ़ा लिखा दिया ना, तो उसके खानदान को खिलाया. That's what you need to do. That's what we need to do. So as I think about the charities I work with, that's why education is at the top, because it's the only way we can do this sustainably. So let me finish off and say, look, we can have religious reasons, we can have all sorts of historical reasons, we can have political reasons. This is about humanity. We all know that. This is about children, we know that. But most of all, imagine again the young people out there who are going to be here one day, are going to be in Europe, many of whom I hope will go back to change the lot in Pakistan, because people are going back. That's what's needed. It's not just a brain drain, but they are going back. And as they go back, and for those of you who think that that's unlikely, some of you may know Dr. Adil Najam. He's a friend of mine. Adil, I've known for many, many years. He's a professor at Boston University. He had the chair there, and was a member of the Nobel Prize-winning committee that won the Nobel Prize with Al Gore for environmental issues. That committee, Pakistani, chaired the Nobel Prize-winning committee on environmental global issues. How many times did we read that? But as a member of the board of LUMS, I was fortunate enough to nominate him to be the Vice Chancellor of LUMS. And he's just taken over as Vice Chancellor. He left Boston to go back to Pakistan to chair the university as Vice Chancellor. He took his children with him, despite everything you read, and he's there making a difference. These are people who were educated, came out of school, and now going back to make a difference. So ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, I could say a lot, but I hope I will ask you just to think about why we're doing this. Because my last comment to you will be, you change this, you do what we're talking about, our children will be proud of being Pakistani. You don't do this, and while they won't say it in front of us, they'll never be proud of acknowledging they're Pakistani unless we change things. Thank you very much.
Her dedication to the cause and foresight in continuing to grow the DIL organization effectively has been absolutely incredible. Please welcome Mrs. Fiza Shah.
Permit me to read this quote. The question is not whether we can afford to educate every child. It's whether we can afford not to. Education reduces poverty. Education reduces extremism. Education reduces crime. No country can thrive in today's competitive global world without educated citizens. I must thank everybody in this room. You have done your share and you continue to do your share by supporting some of the most underprivileged and poor children of this world by helping them get an education. And again, I request you to help us make dreams come true. Our special guest, Asiya Gilani.
मैंने तकरीबन 7 साल तक दिल के साथ काम किया। सबसे पहले मैं दिल की शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि उन्होंने हमें यहाँ मदऊ किया, और इसके बाद मैं दिल की तहे दिल से मशकूर हूँ कि उन्होंने हमारे गांव की बहुत मदद की और हमें एक अच्छा स्कूल और काबिल असातिज़ा फराहम किए। हमारे गांव में कोई स्कूल नहीं था और लोगों को बहुत परेशानी का सामना करना पड़ता था, जो कि हमारा मसला दिल ने हल किया, और दूसरे ना सिर्फ स्कूल बल्कि एक म्यारी स्कूल और काबिल असातिज़ा दिए, जिनको बहुत ही अच्छी ट्रेनिंग दे के इनके काम को बहुत निखारा। और मैं असातिज़ा की ज़्यादा मशकूर इसलिए हूँ क्योंकि अच्छे असातिज़ा की बदौलत मेरे बच्चों ने यहाँ आकर, जो कि स्टैफर्ड मिडिल स्कूल और एंथनी बर्न्स एलिमेंट्री स्कूल में हैं, बहुत अच्छी कारकर्दगी का मुजाहरा किया और उन्हें किसी किस्म का कोई मसला दरपेश नहीं आया, हत्ता कि पहले क्वार्टर में ही बच्चों ने अवार्ड्स लिए, जिसकी मुझे बहुत खुशी है और मुझे फ़ख्र है कि मेरे बच्चे दिल के स्कूल से पढ़ के आए हैं।
I now have the pleasure, and I'm very excited to introduce a DIL student who you've been hearing about, Abdullah. He is the product of a DIL school, and I would like to welcome him to the stage. He's going to say a few words.
My name is Abdullah Glani, and I was a DIL school student for 6 years. And those 6 school years were the best school years I ever had. For DIL, our school used to be a broken, run-down home that had a lot of problems. For example, like it used to rain and the roof used to leak, and the school had to be stopped for the day. And the government schools were in another village where it was hard for the kids to go. They had to cross a canal and a road to get there. Then DIL came and solved all our educational problems. First, it provided us school supplies, and then it gave our teachers training that changed our school's teaching methods. And the most important change was that it gave us a new school building. My friends, I, and the villagers were so thankful to DIL because they gave us a new school, great teachers, and they solved all our educational problems. I love DIL, I am with DIL, and I hope I'll be working with DIL.
We're very happy that she's here with us today. Rifat Masood.
In fact, they always say that you want to talk about politics, you want to talk about education, you want to talk about health and social issues, go to the man. But if you want to do something about it, go to the woman. And that is exactly what has happened. DIL is in fact a story of successful women who have had the opportunities and who want to give back to their country, to their communities, to the girls. In fact, what Dr. Mahmood said earlier is so true, and we are used to hearing it. Well, you must be used to hearing it from people like me who are in government and don't listen at all. But believe me, there was a task force formed in Pakistan in October 2009, and the figures that Fiza showed you on the screen were in fact from the education task force which was set up, and this was an all Pakistan, it was a government formed body which discovered to its horror the situation of education in Pakistan, and that is why 2011 was declared the year of education. However, our goals are nowhere to be met. We still have a huge challenge in front of us. But the silver lining is, and this I point out at every occasion that I get, is go for women's education. Go for girls' education, because that is where the real impact is made. You will find in Pakistan, even in the most remotest of areas, that you talk to the women, you talk to the illiterate women, they want to educate their children, which shows that despite their own illiteracy, despite their own handicaps, they want their children to get educated. So the target is to educate the girl. The girl child will produce the results, and this is true in Pakistan, even in the universities. I was in Pakistan in August, and the university results came out, and the girls topped the inter, the matric, and the BA results were all topped by girls. So I would urge all of you to support organizations like DIL and to support women's education in Pakistan.
I would like to thank everyone for being here today with us. We hope everyone enjoyed today's program, and I urge you to continue your support towards DIL and its mission to improve education levels across Pakistan. I know there's been quite a bit of fundraising done today, but I think Mariam Aunty said it best. Please, please open your hearts, open your wallets, and of course open your checkbooks to help us make Pakistan move one step closer to eradicating illiteracy.
Council General of Pakistan, Los Angeles, in collaboration with Pakistan Link, invites you to an Eid Mela and fundraiser for the flood victims in Pakistan on Saturday, November 12th at Phoenix Club in Anaheim. Come enjoy a fun day and help those who need you. For details, call the numbers on the screen.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं आपका होस्ट सऊद और एक बार फिर लीगली करेक्ट सफीर पाकिस्तान में हमारे साथ हैं अटॉर्नी एट लॉ नईम हारून साकिया साहब और एज यूजुअल हम इनसे कुछ सवालात करेंगे और उसके जवाब देंगे और यकीनन आप लोगों के आपको मसाइल जो हैं आप लोगों के इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे थ्रू सफीर पाकिस्तान और जियो ट्रांसमिशन के थ्रू आपको ये सवाल के जवाब दे सकें ताकि आप अपने मसाइल जो हैं जल्दी और मेरे ख्याल खुश असलूबी के साथ हल कर सकें। थैंक यू सर एक दफ़ा फिर और यकीनन आप आजकल जिस तरह से टाइम दे रहे हैं अपने इतने मसरूफ़ टाइम में से लोग उससे फ़ायदा भी उठा रहे हैं और आई थिंक जो लोग देख रहे हैं इसके नीचे जो स्लाइड चल रही है उसमें इनका एड्रेस भी आ रहा है, ईमेल एड्रेस भी आ रहा है, फ़ोन नंबर भी आ रहा है। यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट हिम एनी टाइम और नॉट एनी टाइम रात को 2 बजे नहीं अनलेस बहुत इमरजेंसी हो, लेकिन यू कैन कॉल हिम और ईमेल हिम। जी सर, बहुत से सवालात आज फिर हमारे पास ईमेल पे आए हैं और बहुत से लोग पूछना चाहते हैं। एक सवाल जो पिछले वीक का था वो आप उसी के हवाले से जवाब भी दे दीजिएगा प्लीज़। सवाल ये है कि किसी ने किया है कि खातून ने किया है बल्कि My husband was deported 3 years back. I am a US citizen. I sponsored him and he was interviewed last year. However, he was told that he needs to file for waiver for excludability. How can he do this successfully?
Well, ये बड़ा अच्छा सवाल है। मेरा ख्याल है कि लास्ट वीक इस तरह का सवाल था कि अगर डिपोर्टेशन हुई है तो क्या I-130 फाइल होने के बाद वो बग़ैर किसी दिक्कत के वापस आ सकते हैं अमेरिका में। तो उस वक्त मैंने आपको बताया था कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता। वो शख्स जो कि डिपोर्ट हुआ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में, अगर वो US सिटीज़न से शादी करने के बाद I-130 का बेनिफिशरी हो भी जाए तब भी इमिग्रेंट वीज़ा उसको इतनी आसानी से नहीं मिलता। अब अगर कोई शख्स डिपोर्ट हुआ है तो उसको एक एप्लीकेशन फॉर वेवर ऑफ एक्सक्लूडेबिलिटी फॉर्म I-601 फाइल करना होता है। एंड I-601 it's very tough to get it through. I'll be just as straightforward with this lady because I don't want to give her any false hope. It's going to be very difficult, very tough. The standards are very tough. What they have to show is that if this person is not allowed back in the United States, then his immediate qualifying relative, which could be a US citizen or a green card holder husband, wife, child, or a parent, that person is going to suffer extreme and unusual hardship. Now, extreme and unusual hardship is very, very difficult to prove, because it does not, the separation of the family always implies that there will be some level of hardship. So the normal circumstances which a person faces because of the separation or bifurcation of the family, those circumstances are not enough. Only economic disadvantage is not enough. There has to be something more than that, which is truly unusual and extremely hard. One example, and these are extreme examples, the case law is very, very negative on that. यहाँ पे जब हम इस तरह के केसेस फाइल करते हैं, फ़र्ज़ कीजिए वेवर ऑफ एक्सक्लूडेबिलिटी आप यहाँ फाइल करें, तो आपको ये दिखाना होता है कि जिस मुल्क में उनको भेजा जाएगा डिपोर्ट करके, वहाँ के हालात ऐसे हैं कि वहाँ पे वो सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर सकेंगे. मसलन एक खातून ग्वाटेमाला की थी हमारे पास, जिनके 6 बच्चे थे, और जिस ज़माने में उनकी डिपोर्टेशन चल रही थी तो ग्वाटेमाला के अंदर बहुत शदीद किस्म का तूफ़ान आया, जिसकी वजह से उस मुल्क की इकानमी तकरीबन वाइप आउट हो गई. उस सिचुएशन को एक्सट्रीम एंड अनयूजुअल करार दिया गया. अब वो केस एक प्रेसिडेंट बन गया कि बकिया जब भी कोई शख्स ये दावा करता है कि उनको एक्सट्रीम एंड अनयूजुअल सर्कमस्टांसेस को फेस करना पड़ेगा, तो सवाल आता है कि क्या उनकी सिचुएशन उसी तरह की है जैसे कि उस खातून की थी, कि जिसके 6 बच्चे हैं, जिसका और कोई वाली वारिस नहीं है, जिसको हम ऐसे मुल्क भेज दें जहाँ पे इकोनॉमी सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकती, तो फिर क्या वो औरत सर्वाइव कर सकेगी अपने बच्चों के साथ, जिसमें से बेशतर US सिटीजन है. ऐसी सिचुएशन आपको साबित करनी होती है. तो एक्सट्रीमली डिफ़िकल्ट है वेवर ऑफ एक्सक्लूडेबिलिटी हासिल करना, और इसमें जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं उसको पूरा करना, इट्स अ वेरी टेक्निकल थिंग. सो शी नीड्स टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स एन अपहिल बैटल. इट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी टफ. In order to get it done successfully, you need to meet the requirements of the law, and the law requires that you show something more above and beyond the normal circumstances which a separate family would usually face.
Okay, so ये जो next सवाल है, ये बड़ा अजीब सा सवाल है, बड़ा दुख हुआ मुझे सवाल पढ़ के भी. तो हाँ, my son was a green card holder. He sponsored his wife 5 years back. The I-130 was approved last year. After approval, my son died. His wife and their one child are in India. Can she still immigrate to USA?
सबसे पहले तो इन खातून से ताज़ियत. ये यकीनन बड़ी दिलखराश सिचुएशन है कि अगर आप किसी भी नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टेंस में किसी भी फैमिली मेम्बर का चले जाना, तो माय कंडोलेंसेस टू हर. जहाँ तक इस बात का सवाल है कि उनकी जो बेगम है, उन साहब की, जिनको उन्होंने स्पॉन्सर किया था ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर के तौर पे, और फिर वीज़ा मैच्योरिटी से पहले वो चल बसे हैं, तो उसमें नॉर्मली तो ये है कि व्हेन द पिटिशनर डाइज द पिटिशन डाइज. लेकिन इसमें एक एक्सेप्शन है जो इन पे अप्लाई करती है ह्यूमैनिटेरियन बेसिस पे. अटॉर्नी जनरल ने ये फैसला किया है कि अगर ऐसी सिचुएशन जो कि एग्जैक्ट इनकी है कि ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर है, उसने अपनी बीवी के लिए फ़ाइल किया, बीवी इंतज़ार कर रही है और उनका इंतकाल हो गया. अब जो प्रोविज़न है वो लॉ में वो ये है कि अगर इसके 2 एस्पेक्ट्स हैं. एक तो फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट है, क्योंकि जब वो शख्स जिसने अप्लाई किया था, जब वो अपनी बीवी को बुला था, तो उसको एक एफिडेविट ऑफ सपोर्ट देना होता है कि जी फाइनेंशियली आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस पर्सन हु इज़ कमिंग इनटू US अंडर माय पिटिशन, एंड एनी चाइल्ड ही और शी इज़ ब्रिंगिंग इन, देयर वुड बी माय फाइनेंशियल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. तो वो फाइनेंशियल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अब नहीं पूरी कर सकते वो साहब, चूँकि वो इंतकाल कर चुके हैं. अगर कोई क्लोज फैमिली मेम्बर स्टेप इन करे, क्लोज फैमिली मेम्बर से मुराद माँ या बाप या बहन भाई, तो वो फाइनेंशियल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठा सकते हैं. अगर या यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स के अंदर अगर वो US सिटीजन है या ग्रीन कार्ड होल्डर है और फाइनेंशियली केपेबल है, तो एक तो एस्पेक्ट ये हो गया. दूसरा एस्पेक्ट जो ज़्यादा ट्रबलिंग होता है वो ये होता है कि आपको ये दिखाना होता है कि जो शख्स जहाँ आने वाला था, इस केस में उनकी बेगम, उनका मेजर ख़ानदान यहाँ पे है, उनके पास वहाँ मुस्तकिल रहाइश का बंदोबस्त नहीं है जहाँ पे वो इस वक्त हैं, उनके कोई रूट्स नहीं हैं वहाँ पे, या अगर रूट्स हैं तो ऐसे हैं जो कि बड़े वीक हैं, और जो उनके बच्चे हैं वो शदीद किस्म की मुश्किलात फेस करेंगे अगर वो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ना लाए गए। तो ये जो रिक्वायरमेंट है कि जी पिटिशनर व्हेन द पिटिशनर डाइज द पिटिशन डाइज, ये जो एक जनरल रूल है वो अप्लाई नहीं करता इस सूरत में, इस एक्सेप्शन के साथ। लेकिन इस एक्सेप्शन से अवेल करने के लिए, इस एक्सेप्शन को अवेल करने के लिए आपको ये साबित करना है कि फाइनेंशियल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठाने के लिए कोई दूसरा क्लोज फैमिली मेम्बर मौजूद है who can actually step in and take over the responsibility which the deceased would have taken over. And secondly, the person who is immigrating can show that there is really a need for a humanitarian need for this person to be allowed to be immigrated to the United States. So yes, there is provision in the law. Whether they can prove it, that's another question.
सर इसी में एक क्वेश्चन और उठता है मेरे ज़हन में कि अगर उसके कोई अप्लाई करता है, फर्ज करें किसी वालदा ने अप्लाई किया, वो यहीं पे रह रहे हैं और उनकी वालदा की डेथ हो जाती है और केस उनको अप्रूव भी हो जाता है और उनको वर्क वीज़ा भी मिल जाता है और वो उनकी डेथ हो गई, तो वो केस ख़त्म हो जाता है।
वो केस ख़त्म हो जाएगा क्योंकि जो रिलेशनशिप है बिटवीन पिटिशनर एंड द बेनिफिशियरी, सिर्फ एक रिलेशनशिप में एक्सेप्शन है कि मियाँ बीवी का हो। अच्छा, अगर माँ ने किया इंतकाल हो गया, बच्चों को नहीं मिल सकता, बाप ने किया बच्चों को नहीं मिल सकता, बच्चों ने किया माँ बाप, तो किसी और रिलेशनशिप में ये एक्सेप्शन नहीं है, सिर्फ एक रिलेशनशिप में है।
गुड आंसर, थैंक यू। अच्छा सर, एक और सवाल है, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन L1A एंड L1B वीज़ा?
डिपेंड करता है कि आपकी पोजीशन क्या है उस कंपनी में जो आपको ट्रांसफ़र कर रही है। पहली बात तो एक L वीज़ा जो है वो इंट्रा कंपनी ट्रांसफरी वीज़ाज होते हैं, यानी एक कंपनी जिसका ऑपरेशन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में है और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स से बाहर है, वो आपको यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स से बाहर से यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में ट्रांसफ़र करना चाहते हैं। आप एज अ मैनेजर भी आप आ सकते हैं और एज अ स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज पर्सन भी आप आ सकते हैं। अगर आप एज अ मैनेजर आते हैं तो आप L1A पे आते हैं, अगर आप स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज पर्सन के तौर पे आते हैं तो L1B पे आते हैं। इसकी मिसाल यूँ समझिए कि एक शख्स सीनियर मैनेजर है किसी कंपनी के अंदर और उसको उसकी कंपनी ट्रांसफ़र करना चाहती है अपने US ऑपरेशन में, तो वो तो आएंगे L1A पे क्योंकि वो मैनेजर है। लेकिन अगर कोई शख्स ऐसा है जो कि एक यूनिक नॉलेज रखता है जिसकी उस बिज़नेस को ज़रूरत है और उसको वो ट्रांसफ़र कर रहा है, तो अब वो शख्स जब अमेरिका में आएगा तो वो एज ए मैनेजर नहीं आ रहा, वो उस यूनिक स्किल को या टेक्निकल नॉलेज को लेके आ रहा है जिसका कोई वो फ़ायदा पहुँचाना चाहता है यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में। फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक लेदर टैनरी है जो कि पाकिस्तान में चल रही है, फॉर एग्जांपल उस लेदर की प्रोसेसिंग के लिए एक ख़ास आदमी है जिसको बड़ी नॉलेज है कि किस तरह से टैनिंग प्रोसेस किया जाता है। अब वही कंपनी यहाँ पे अगर अपना ऑपरेशन खोलती है और वो उस आदमी को यहाँ भेजती है तो वो एक बड़ी यूनिक नॉलेज लेके आ रहा है, तो वो L1B के लिए क्वालिफाई करेगा। तो L1A इज़ फॉर इंट्रा कंपनी ट्रांसफरीज हु आर कमिंग इन मैनेजमेंट कैपेसिटीज, L1B is again intra-company transferee for those people who are bringing in a specialized knowledge.
Good. साकिब साहब, बात करके आपसे इतना मज़ा आ रहा है, आपसे इंफॉर्मेशन लेके भी मज़ा आता है, लेकिन क्या करें, वक्त जो है वो आगे बढ़ने नहीं देता हमें। तो आज का जो है ये प्रोग्राम इन्हीं सवालात के साथ ख़त्म करेंगे, इन्हीं जवाबात के साथ ख़त्म करेंगे और आपका शुक्रिया अदा करेंगे कि आपने इतने अच्छे सवालात के इतने अच्छे जवाबात दिए। सवालात तो अच्छे नहीं थे लेकिन जवाबात अच्छे थे। और जो लोग ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं उनके लिए मैं एक दफ़ा बता दूं कि एड्रेस नईम हारून साकी साहब का साकिया लॉ ग्रुप, आप यू कैन कॉल हिम और ईमेल हिम www@sakialawgroup.com। दूसरा ईमेल एड्रेस है mail@immigrate2america.com और इनका फ़ोन नंबर है 310-734-6300 और दूसरा नंबर है 972-359-9274। इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीक नए सवालात और नई बातों के और नए जवाबात के साथ हाजिर होंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, अल्लाह हाफिज़। थैंक यू सर।
My name is Dr. Sohail Masood. I'm the founder and CEO of Kaaba Fusion. It's a home infusion pharmacy with offices in New Jersey and California. We provide intravenous immune globulin to patients at home. We have our own nurses who go and deliver the drugs to the patients. The reason we started the company was that we found out there was a lot of unhappiness on part of patients receiving those infusion services at home. So we decided to start the company again. Originally, I started Crescent Healthcare Inc. In Anaheim, California. So now this new company will be pretty much providing the same kind of services, but the focus will be the best patient care possible. Immunoglobulin is a drug which is used in various neuromuscular disorders and also for skin disorders. Our New Jersey office is in a city called Edison, and that office provides services to New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. And from that office, we do all kind of services, not just immunoglobulin, but also TPN, which is a parenteral nutrition, IV antibiotics, injectables, enteral feeding, and various kinds of cancer drugs. We have a full line of nurses who go out to patients' homes and provide those services. We take all kind of insurance plans and bill insurance companies on patients' behalf. Our California office is in Norwalk, California, which is in Southern California, but we provide services throughout the state and also go to Arizona, Nevada, and Texas. We are hoping to expand the service area to include some other states and eventually provide these services throughout the mainland USA. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. My personal phone number is 850-596-0946. I live in Boston, but take care of patients personally. If you call me, I'll make sure that you are provided the services, and we deal with the doctors and make sure that the drug is approved by the insurance companies. Thank you.
We all like something special. He likes it personal. He likes a private space. He prefers it laid back. She likes a bedtime story. He likes to dream of his own. How would you like to fly with the best? Etihad Airways, the world's leading.
Consul General of Pakistan, Los Angeles, in collaboration with Pakistan Link, invites you to an Eid Mela and fundraiser for the flood victims in Pakistan on Saturday, November 12th at Phoenix Club in Anaheim. Come enjoy a fun day and help those who need you. For details, call the numbers on the screen.
नाज़रीन, तो आप देख रहे थे अपना पसंदीदा प्रोग्राम सफीर पाकिस्तान, आपकी आवाज़ और आपकी पहचान। प्रोग्राम देखते रहिए और हमें अपने आरा से इतला करते रहिए। ये आपका अपना प्रोग्राम है, आपका अपना अवामी प्लेटफॉर्म, वन एंड ओनली इन अमेरिका, सफीर पाकिस्तान, ऑपरेटिंग सिंस many years to provide you the good program, good information, entertainment, and lots of things. And I want you to be part of this program. This is your program, सफीर पाकिस्तान, आपकी आवाज़, आपकी पहचान, राब्तों का एक नाम, सफीर पाकिस्तान।